So I've been asked to demo my favorite OSINT tool. If you're not familiar with the term OSINT, it stands for Open Source Intelligence. OSINT tools are essentially reconnaissance tools done at the recon's phase. There are a ton of OSINT tools out there, so it's really hard. Excuse me, it's really hard to narrow it down. You've got browser extension tools, you've got web-based utilities, tools that you install directly onto your system or clone from GitHub and run. So there's just a variety of different types and just lots of tools that you can use for OSINT. Some of them are very specific to user information. They'll gather information from LinkedIn. Some of them are specific to corporate information, looking at domains, hosts, subdomains, stuff like that. The one I selected to demo here is Recon-NG, and the reason I like this tool is because it does a little of everything. As you can see here, it's got 85 recon modules, it's got reporting modules, exploitation modules. So one thing to be aware of here is the recon modules are passive in nature, meaning they're completely legal to use. As the term implies, open source intelligence. Open source is freely available, right? This is freely available information, public information. This tool is just harvesting that information and funneling it into the tool for us. So these recon tools are, as I said, they're 100% legal. You're not touching any corporate systems. You're not, running scans against systems. You're harvesting data that is publicly available for free and exists out on the internet, and you're pulling it in through the tool. So this tends to find a lot of stuff that people don't realize is out there. Now I won't do any contact or people reconning because it will definitely show personally identifiable information, which I don't want to do. But there are a lot of tools. I mean, you could be like a private investigator and find out a lot about a person through these OSINT tools. So for this example, though, the first thing I want to do is I want to show you. Here's another thing I like about Recon-NG. It keeps things well organized. If you've ever used Metasploit, the concept is similar. You're running these scans based off of modules, and there's a backend database to keep all of that information, well organized and scan. You can segregate your scans so that you're not running a scan against Microsoft that's, when you go to look at the results, is showing Google servers. You keep these things completely separate. And the way you do that is through workspaces. So here we got a default workspace. I want to create a new workspace, and I'm going to pick on Mr. Musk. I got a Tesla workspace. So now if we go to list, you'll see, first of all, we've got two workspaces. Up here, when we started the application, we were put into the default workspace, but as soon as we created this Tesla workspace, it dumps us into the Tesla workspace. So the next thing I want to do is see what kind of modules we have here. So as I said, we've got all kinds of reporting modules, tons of recon modules. Now, a lot of these modules are going to require API keys to run. So I want to find one that does not require an API key. We could just run it right off the bat here. Like for example, Shodan, Twitter, like those definitely require API keys. So let's find one that would not require an API key. Census, that would require a key. No, there's a few. Oh, here we go. This one, Hacker Target. This one doesn't require a key. So we're going to take this and we're going to do modules load, and we're going to load this particular module. Now it dumps us into the Hacker Target module. So what we could do here is list our options. So our available options are source. And we can also, if we just type info, it'll give us a little more information about this particular module. So we'll have the author information, the version, description, your available options, and some more information about the options that are available. I want to set my option of source to tesla.com. If I could type, that'd be awesome. All right, so if we do options list again, you see that our source is set. Now all we have to do is run. And this tool went out there and it found 47 hosts within the Tesla domain. So one thing I could do here, if I go to my dashboard, this will show the modules I've run, how many times I ran them, and it'll show me a count of my results. So the quantity here, I've got 47 hosts. Obviously, if I had contacts, credentials, push pins, it would just build and you'd have all these different results here. And this is just a quantitative result, so it's just showing you the numbers. So if I want to look at the actual hosts that I found, I could just do, let's say, show hosts. Again, learn to type, Dave. Show hosts. All right, so here we've got our host names, IP addresses, and the module we ran. So this is a nice layout that shows all the hosts, but there's a better way to do this, because if we go back to our dashboard, let's say in that scenario where we have tons of results, what we're going to have to do is show leaks, which we don't have any. Show credentials, I mean, it could be kind of a pain to sift through all this. So what I want to do instead is I want Recon-NG to create a nice formatted report for me. So what I'm going to do is do modules search reporting. So you can specify the type of modules you want to search in. Here I want to just search for reporting modules. So I've got different types of reports. Just something to keep in mind, and maybe I'll do another video, down the road here. But like list, you could output this as a list and then feed that list into another tool. So you can kind of daisy chain these tools off of each other. So you could, take the results from one tool, feed them to another tool, and things can get really, you can really dig that way. It's pretty cool actually. But for this example, we're just gonna do a really basic, ran a scan. We want to see the report. So we're going to load our reporting module. And again, let's look at our options. So we have creator. So if I do options, set creator, let's say the creator is the pen tester. All right. Options, set customer. That is, let's just, Tesla. All right. And then options, set, these aren't case sensitive, by the way, as you can tell. File name, I'm going to put it into here, and we're going to say Tesla HTML. Okay. My dogs are playing in the background. Sorry if there's extra noise there. Let's see, pen tester Tesla, the path to our file. And now the great thing is all we have to do is run. And we have the report was generated in our home directory. So if I close out of here, I'm going to do, here's my Tesla report. And let's do Firefox. And there we have it. So this shows us the summary, the quantitative dashboard that we saw earlier. We've got 47 hosts. Our customer is Tesla. The creator, pen tester. We have our date and time stamp. And then we'll have a drop down for each category that the tool found. So if we click hosts, we've got that nice list of hosts and IP addresses. But in the event that, like I said earlier, we had push pins, credentials, contacts, all of that information would be in this one file. Much easier to read or present if you needed to present to someone. So that's a quick and dirty overview of Recon-NG. As you saw, there are a lot of modules in there. There's a lot you can do with it. It could be a very effective, very useful tool. So it's definitely one of my go-to, one of my favorite OSINT tools. There are a ton of other OSINT tools, and I'll definitely do videos on those. But Recon-NG definitely stands out as for me, one of the best, just because of how versatile it is and how well organized it can keep your scans. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.